So today is a special day. Why it is a special day for us, the Proof of Identity community? Because our Kickstarter project was submitted and reviewed today. This means that only a simple step of preparing to launch and our project goes live. And this is special because we went through a lot of challenges until we got here. And we got plenty of more challenges to overcome. But it's important to also know how to enjoy each milestone that we achieve. And without a doubt, we are closer today than 1 month ago. So in this video, what we want to do is a little overview of the journey and tell you a little bit about our past. So very quickly start with in the 90s we started to think about how we can use our own identity to create unique content, and we practice and experimented with many ways of doing it. In the 2000s, we started, as we grow, of course, we started creating content. We created animations, we created music, we wrote, and with each creation we discovered something new about ourselves. We discovered something new about how to express ourselves. As time goes by and we start our adult lives and start having less time for plain raw creation, it kind of become more and more important to express ourselves. So when we are young, we have plenty of time, and some of us take time to enjoy ourselves and create what is within our hearts, and others don't. And those who create, when they start their adulthood and start working, might find troubles on that skin, because their time to express themselves is reduced, and sometimes extremely reduced. So what that people can do, right? If you are one of those persons that has troubles expressing yourself because you have lack of time and you can create, what you can do. And we went through that. We were working a lot and didn't dedicate much of our time to express ourselves. So at a certain time, we decided to cut with that flow and rebuild our way of life to create more, okay? And what we thought was, okay, we have this way of working. This is without a doubt a way that can help many people. We also happened to find Kickstarter, and we decided that we would create a Kickstarter project to not only deliver value for backers, but also to promote a new way of think and value your own identity. Because with all the creations we have made, with all the content and experiences that we observed, we saw that the patterns were all over the place. It seemed like people were copying one in another instead of doing themselves. And we didn't want to take part in that. We wanted to do ourselves, and that's what we want to promote. And that's why we have created Proof of Identity album. So that's, which was around 2018, that's when we decided to create a Kickstarter project. And we gathered the resources that we had and designed the first project. That first project, however, was too heavy, and we were no longer teenagers with all the time in the world. So that first project, which let me tell you, was incredible. It was an animated movie with a very different approach on thought and creativity. Was cancelled because it was very expensive and we didn't have the time. And so we restructured all the project and to simplify it to its essentials and make it viable for adults as we were, with the time we've got, with a timeline that would be below 3 years, for instance. And but realistically, putting time was possible perhaps in 6 months to a year. And that's what we did. We redesigned the project. However, we didn't do it in 1 year because there were work spikes in the middle, but all things together, it was about 6 months. We made it in 6 months. And that was around 2019, 2020, when we did that simplification. And from there, we arrived to 2021. And 2021 was when we concluded all the main artifacts of our project, which is the album and the philosophy. So the album is the materialization. No, the album is the implementation of the philosophy. It embeds the. I'm sorry if the word is wrong. The album is the embodiment of the philosophy. It has the values. It has the rules. It has the process that the philosophy defends. And then we had to write the philosophy on paper so other people could read it and learn with it, because if we die, we the what we discovered would be lost. And this is kind of what happened since the 90s until now, where we were searching for a new way of expressing ourselves and be apart from the majority and the most common patterns. And decided to materialize what we have created in order to share with the community and perhaps help people that were actually in need of expressing themselves to survive, which is the case of the artists. So this is the past, the most recent past. Now, in the next episode, we will talk about Kickstarter and which steps we took